Good evening, Mr. Chairman. My name is Zach Wahls. I'm a sixth-generation Iowan and an engineering student at the University of Iowa, and I was raised by two women.
Zach Wahls was born in Marshfield, Wisconsin in 1991 to Terry Wahls, his biological mother, and an anonymous sperm donor. He was born through artificial insemination. Zach Wahls lives with his fully biological younger sister, his mother Terry Wahls, and his other mother Jackie Redger. His family moved to Iowa City in 2000 when he was 9 years old.
My biological mom, Terry, told her grandparents that she was pregnant, that the artificial insemination had worked, and they wouldn't even acknowledge it. It actually wasn't until I was born and they succumbed to my infantile cuteness that they broke down and told her that they were thrilled to have another grandson.
In January 2011, Zach Wahls stood up and gave a testimony to the Iowa House Judiciary Committee to try and prevent them from passing a law that would ban gay marriage.
And I guess the point is that our family really isn't so different from any other Iowa family. You know, when I'm home, we go to church together, we eat dinner, we go on vacations. But, you know, we have our hard times too, we get in fights.
2011 was a big year for many of the LGBT+ community. By September, the military's Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy would be lifted, and by the end of the year, 6 states would legally allow gay marriage. The video of Zach's speech went viral and grabbed the attention of millions. It wasn't just the growing support of the LGBT+ community that brought such a reaction, though. It was Zach's ability to deliver this thought-provoking speech that gripped them.
Being a student at the University of Iowa, the topic of same-sex marriage comes up quite frequently in classroom discussions. You know, and the question always comes down to, well, can gays even raise kids? And the question, you know, the conversation gets quiet for a moment because most people don't really have an answer. And then I raise my hand and say, actually, I was raised by a gay couple and I'm doing pretty well.
Unlike most speeches, Zach is opening up and leaving himself bare in front of the court. With this very personal story, you're immediately able to connect with him and his ideas emotionally.
I scored in the 99th percentile on the ACT. I'm actually an Eagle Scout. I own and operate my own small business. If I was your son, Mr. Chairman, I believe I'd make you very proud. I'm not really so different from any of your children. My family really isn't so different from yours. After all, your family doesn't derive its sense of worth from being told by the state, you're married, congratulations. No, the sense of family comes from the commitment we make to each other, to work through the hard times so we can enjoy the good ones. It comes from the love that binds us. That's what makes a family.
His use of voice and diction creates a mixture of passion, logic, and credibility within the speech. He doesn't just make you listen to his words. He grabs you by your shoulders and shakes you into paying attention, into thinking and processing what he's saying.
So what you're voting here isn't to change us. It's not to change our families, it's to change how the law views us, how the law treats us. You are voting for the first time in the history of our state to codify discrimination into our Constitution. A Constitution that, but for the proposed amendment, is the least amended Constitution in the United States of America. You are telling Iowans that some among you are second-class citizens who do not have the right to marry the person you love.
Zach has been dealing with discrimination against his family's lifestyle for a long time, and these experiences give his logic the passion he feels for his family, for others, and for equality. When he speaks out for the rights of others, you can feel his sadness, his joy, and his hope, and feel these emotions rise up within yourself as you listen.
So will this vote affect my family? Would it affect yours?
During his speech, in the background you can see the people around him nodding along with his words, and, as he finishes, see how those nods turn to smiling, clapping, and cheering. Zach's personal experience with this issue allows him to hit on the areas needed to get people to listen to him, to his family, and to the people out in the world who are struggling with the issues faced by the LGBT+ community. It's this ability that makes his speech so memorable and so compelling.
Over the next 2 hours, I'm sure we're going to hear plenty of testimony about how damaging having gay parents is on kids. But in my 19 years, not once have I ever been confronted by an individual who realized independently that I was raised by a gay couple. And you know why? Because the sexual orientation of my parents has had zero effect on the content of my character. Thank you very much.